Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel Aviation with Ibn. Air Force. When you hear these two words, you remember roaring fighter jets and huge cargo airplanes flying over your head. You are not wrong. An Air Force in the broadest sense is the national military branch that primarily conducts aerial warfare or fight for the motherland in the skies. The first biplanes took to the skies and fought in not so significant battles of World War I. In the interwar years, many air forces were formed, especially in the 1930s, and air power proved to be the deciding factor in World War II. So, in this video, we are going to look at the top 10 strongest air forces in the world. Before the countdown, I would like to let you know that the list is completely unbiased and the list has been prepared by my own research, so some of the rankings may differ in other sources. Now, without further delay, let's get started. Number 10. Republic of Korea Air Force. The Republic of Korea Air Force was formed on 1 October 1949. Facing a constant threat in the form of North Korea, the ROKAF is well equipped and well armed with the latest technology and has a massive firepower. The main fighters of the ROKAF are the F-15K, KF-16 and the F-35 Lightning II stealth fighter aircraft. Number 9. Japan Air Self-Defense Force. Japanese armed forces were disbanded after World War II and in 1954 were reformed as Japanese Self-Defense Forces. This included a newly formed Japan Air Self-Defense Force. Till recently, JASDF lacked offensive capabilities despite its technological advancements. Now, the JASDF has begun arming itself with ground strike capabilities and other offensive capabilities. The JASDF has a strong air arm consisting of F-35s, F-15s and F-16s. Number 8. Luftwaffe. The Luftwaffe was founded in 1956 during the era of the Cold War as the aerial warfare branch of the armed forces of then West Germany. Currently, the modern Luftwaffe is a very capable one with top-of-the-line Eurofighter Typhoon fighters. The main problems of the Luftwaffe are the low budget and logistic issues. In the future, the Luftwaffe will be inducting 6th generation fighters developed in collaboration with France. Number 7. French Air and Space Force. The French Air and Space Force was formed in 1909 as a service aeronautique, a service arm of the French army, and then made an independent military arm in 1934, becoming the French Air Force. On 24 July 2020, it assumed its current name of the French Air and Space Force. The French Air Force's main fighter attack aircraft are the Dassault Rafale and Mirage 2000 series, with Rafale being one of the best fighter jets in the world. It is to be noted that both Dassault Rafale and Mirage are French-made and have the capability of carrying nuclear weapons. Number 6. Royal Air Force. The Royal Air Force was formed towards the end of the First World War on 1st April 1918, becoming the first independent air force in the world. The modern Royal Air Force is one of the best in the world with some of the best equipment and well-trained pilots. The RAF has 141 Eurofighter Typhoon aircraft as its primary fighter jet, and the stealthy F-35B is being slowly brought into service. We are halfway through the countdown, so don't forget to like the video, and if you have any suggestions, do let me know in the comments below. And most importantly, subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Help me reach my target of 200 subscribers. Now, let us continue with the video. Number 5. Israeli Air Force. Founded on May 28, 1949, the Israeli Air Force needs no introduction. Throughout the second half of the 20th century and even in the 21st century, the Israeli Air Force has proved why it is one of the best in the world by dominating the skies of the Middle East. Currently, the Israeli Air Force operates F-15Is, F-16s and F-35 aircraft. On a side note, the Israeli Air Force is the first in the world to use the stealthy F-35 Lightning II fighter in combat. Number 4. Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force, established on 8 October 1932, is the air arm of the Indian Armed Forces. Its complement of personnel and aircraft assets rank 4th amongst the air forces in the world. Currently, the Indian Air Force is in the middle of modernization. The main fighters of the Indian Air Force are the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, the Dassault Mirage 2000, and HAL Tejas, which is replacing the vintage MiG-21s. The IAF is also in the process of acquiring Dassault Rafales. It is worth noting that the Su-30 MKI is nuclear capable and also can fire the BrahMos supersonic missile. Number 3. People's Liberation Army Air Force. The People's Liberation Army Air Force was established on 11 November 1949 and it is composed of 5 branches which are aviation, anti-aircraft artillery, surface-to-air missiles, radar and airborne corps. The PLAAF has more than 3,200 aircraft which makes it the second largest air force in the world. The main fighters of the PLAAF are 235 J-11s, a variant of Su-27, and 235 J-10, which is comparable to F-16s. Also, the PLAAF has some Su-30 and Su-35 aircraft. Recently, PLAAF began the testing and induction of the stealthy J-20 aircraft, only the third country to do so. Number 2. Russian Air Force. The modern Russian Air Force was originally established on 7 May 1992 following Boris Yeltsin's creation of the Ministry of Defense. However, the Russian Federation Air Force can trace its lineage and traditions back to the Imperial Russian Air Service 1912 to 1917 and the Soviet Air Forces 1918 to 1991. The Russian Air Force has a mix of Soviet-era equipment and modern equipment. The Russian Air Force has almost 2,000 aircraft, which has a wide variety of aircraft for different purposes. Some notable aircraft are the Tu-160, world's largest warplane, the Su-57, 5th generation fighter aircraft, the Su-35S, probably the most maneuverable fighter airplane, and Su-34, a dedicated ground attack aircraft with very advanced capabilities. Number 1. United States Air Force. Initially formed as a part of the United States Army on 1st August 1907, the US Air Force was established as a separate branch of the US Forces on 18 September 1947. The total number of aircraft in the United States arsenal is approximately 5,000, and most of the aircraft are the best of their type. Some of the best air assets of the US Air Force are the F-22 Raptor, the F-35 Lightning II, and the B-2 Spirit. Apart from this, the US Air Force operates a large number of 4th generation F-16s and F-15s. It is also to be noted that the US Air Force has a large number of bases all around the world, giving it a global strike capability. US Air Force dominated the skies since the World War II and will continue to do so for decades to come.
And the state of Israel.
So we have come to the end of the countdown and the video. Do let me know what was your favorite Air Force in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless you.